Dafne Keen is presented by the Acolyte as Jedi Padawan Jecki Lon. The Acolyte reveals the Jedi Order at its height, a time when the light of the Jedi shined brightly over the galaxy, and is set at the conclusion of the High Republic era, a century before the events of Star Wars, Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. However, as the Jedi will soon discover, the brightest light also creates the darkest shadows. Since the Star Wars Disney Plus TV series are set in a whole new era, the majority of the characters that make an appearance are brand new. That's a thrilling thought because neither the heroes nor the villains know what will happen to them. Jecki, a Padawan who seems destined to play a significant part in the Acolyte, is one of the most fascinating characters. Master Soul's Padawan, Jecki Lon, is Lee Young-jae's. At 4 years old, she was enlisted in the Jedi Order, and Dafne Keen claims that she can still recall the pain of being taken away from her family. Having grown up in the Order, Jecki appears to idolize Master Soul and want to emulate her master's maturity and calmness. Jecki appears to be a serious student because videos of her practicing lightsaber forms have surfaced. During Star Wars Celebration, Keen said of Jecki, "She gets to play with lightsabers and she's pretty cool and pretty badass." The comment is noteworthy since it implies that Jecki is one of the few Jedi who can wield an advantage over opponents. Jecki is a rare example of a Thelan-human hybrid, which may be recognized by their skin tones, which are typically lavender, white, bronze, silver, or green. Thelans also have head horns, hoofed feet, spotted skin, and vividly colored hair. Legend states that Thelans interbred with various races to save their species from extinction due to genetic mutations. Because Jecki is a hybrid, this detail is honored in the Acolyte. Leslie Headland, the showrunner for Acolyte, has stated that developing a Thelan character was something she has always wanted to accomplish. After watching Ristol Sant in Return of the Jedi, Headland was motivated to develop a Thelan hybrid for the Acolyte. As a member of the Max Rebo band, Ristol performed as a singer and dancer. She has vivid orange hair in the movie. Thelans frequently pursued careers in the arts as dancers, singers, or artists, following in Ristol's footsteps. The Order dispatched Master Soul and 7 other Jedi to Kofar after learning of May Anasia's scheme to murder 4 Jedi in order to defend one of May's targets, the Wookiee Jedi Master Kelnaka. Jecki Lon, Osha Anasia, and Yord Fandar were able to accompany Soul on this expedition as he was his Padawan. The plan for the trip to Kofar was rather straightforward. The Jedi would have apprehended May and returned her to Coruscant for trial, and that would have been that. But the real story on Kofar was far darker and more nuanced. The Sith Lord of the Acolyte, Kimmer, aka the Stranger, had already killed Kelnaka when the Jedi discovered him, and he assaulted the Jedi. Even though the Stranger was outnumbered, he had some cunning under his sleeve that allowed him to slaughter the Jedi, such as lightsaber-shutting Cortosis' helmet and his trick lightsaber that split into 2 tiny blades at the hilt. In the 5th episode of The Acolyte, the Stranger killed Jecki Lon by using the trick lightsaber against her. Even though Jecki passed away on Kofar so suddenly, she didn't go down without a struggle. When the Stranger attacked other Jedi at the start of the conflict, Jecki took advantage of the situation to engage in combat and take May into custody. After releasing May, the Stranger assaulted Jecki, but May was more than capable of facing against the Sith Lord. Using Kelnaka's and her own lightsabers, Jecki managed to distract the Stranger long enough for her and Soul to reassemble. Jecki demonstrated throughout the battle on Kofar that she was an extremely skilled lightsaber duelist. The Stranger's trickery was the only thing that could bring her down. And possible hidden history between the Jedi Master and this new dark side user. The Stranger was formerly a Jedi, but it's unclear where exactly he received his training in using the dark side of the Force. In light of this, there have been rumors that Kimmer was turned down as an apprentice by the Sith and the Jedi at first. This would lend credence to the theory that the Stranger is not a member of the Jedi Order or the established line of Sith Lords under Darth Bane. Rather, Kimmer is a dark side user of his own, or even one of the first Knights of Ren. Either way, it would be fascinating to find out who Kimmer's master, or masters, was, on the light or dark side. The Acolyte's climax will probably provide an answer to this. The conclusion might, at the absolute least, keep hinting at the revelation as a preamble to a later season of the new Star Wars series. It's possible that the Stranger's acts will eventually draw the attention of the real Dark Lords of the Sith, whether or not he is an actual Sith Lord. By the time of the conclusion of the Acolyte, they might have already. Therefore, the entrance of well-known Sith like Darth Tenebrous or Plagueis, Palpatine's master, would undoubtedly score some huge points in the Acolyte's conclusion. Episode 5, Jedi Master Soul is the lone remaining Jedi. With the help of his remarkable Cortosis helmet and gauntlet, Kimmer defeated 8 skilled Jedi members on his own. He had slain every one of them by the end of the episode, even Yurd Fandar, who had just been knighted, and Soul's Padawan, Jecki Lon. It doesn't appear good for Soul at all that the Stranger has confirmed that any Jedi who jeopardizes his existence and exposure must perish. The lone remaining Jedi, Master Soul, is the only one who might possibly inform the Jedi Order of Kimmer's existence, a fact he probably believes to be Sith. Thus, it is reasonable to assume that Soul won't survive long enough to inform the Jedi about Kimmer. This would preserve the Stranger's mystery while preserving important aspects of the Star Wars canon, like the Jedi's lack of knowledge about the persistence of the Sith during this time.